Okay, well, hey everyone, Steve Swartz here with Stefan Page. I'm Steve Swartz in Carlsbad, California, and Stefan Page in Quebec. Quebecer.
Yes.
So what we wanted to do on our Marketing Mondays, we had Woodson on here, but she's driving and stuff. So what we're going to do today is we're going to turn a lot of this time over to Stefan, then I'll comment on stuff. But if you're out there building a home-based business, I don't know, some of you, most of us are in our team in Market Leaders Mastermind. We just want to get you guys better at thinking about marketing. And one of the areas we're going to focus on is Facebook, right? And not so much Facebook advertising, because you don't really even need to do that right now. Like, what you need to do is get your Facebook profile started away, get your Facebook messages right away, get how you're conducting business on Facebook to take it to another level. All right, to start over, to whatever you've done to this point, you've gotten so many results. What we're going to do is we're going to continue to make it happen. So this is going to be our focus, and then I'm going to want to get into people. I don't see the link for the webinar. Try going into Facebook. You guys found it, right? They found the link, okay? Stefan, the link.
Right? Obviously, we're here.
People. We'll train them. We'll train them up. So Stefan, what we want to do, take about 20 minutes here, and we'll just cover Facebook, like Facebook marketing. You've been doing great. You have people getting results, people getting messages, and the philosophy behind it. We're not fans of putting your links on Facebook. We're not fans of saying things about your company on Facebook or the name of your product necessarily. And I did a little thing on that last night, and you can pick that up inside the Facebook group. The last 20 minutes, 15 minutes, I spent on a case study. But go ahead, Stefan. I want to turn it over to you because you've been doing some great training on Facebook, and I'm here to listen and take some notes.
Yes, well, I know last week you covered some of those items, like the profile picture, the cover, like all of that. That's like the basic, stuff that you need to get handled. So make sure you go back to those recordings so you can, do that. And then one of the key things is that you need to interact with your friends. All right. So basically, if you're going to do like warm market, if you're going to talk to people you're going to reach out to them. And the way you reach out to them is you pick up the phone and you schedule an appointment. If you're in person, you're going to, invite them or create some curiosity. So they ask you questions, and then you're going to invite them over to, having coffee or something, and then explain what you're about, what you're doing. But if you're online, how do you do it on social media? Well, I found the best way is that you have some interaction with them online where people will comment or like one of your posts. And then what your goal is to move from that public post to more of a private setting, which is the Facebook Messenger. So you're just sending them a personal message, a thank you or something in regards to their comment or their like about your post. All right, so that's the next step is you do that. And let's say they commented on, like mine was a happy birthday a few, 2 weeks ago. It could be anything. You post something and people like or comment on your stuff. And then you say, hey, thanks for the like or thanks for the post. We haven't catch up in a long time. What are you up to these days? And that's what you do. So again, it's about moving people from one step to the next. So you want to move them from the public thing to more of a private setting, a one-on-one like Facebook Messenger. And then your goal is to move them off of the internet and getting them on a phone call or maybe even meet for coffee. All right. So that's the transition. You don't want to just keep everything online. All right. Because it's the closer you get to the person, like a phone call or even face to face, it's going to be much more powerful. All right. It's easy to say no to someone when you're just on a public message or if you're on Facebook Messenger. But when you're on the phone, it's a little bit different. Like you're going to at least listen more, because imagine this. If I'm texting you something on Facebook, private message, and you don't reply right away, you don't have to reply right away. You can reply later. All right. And so that can take long time. So instead, if you get on the phone, you're going to get much more results because of that. And if you get in person, that's even better. So the goal is to transition them. Always think of that. And then from there, from a phone call or a one-on-one, you could invite them to a home presentation or a hotel meeting, all right? Or maybe a webinar, okay? So a larger event where they actually get to see that it's not just about you and them in this business or in this journey. There's a lot more people involved in this. So you have that social, credibility. That's very, very key in the business. That's why events have always been very powerful. Webinars, great too. That's one of the things you need to do is on webinars, start to comment. Like start to, when Steve and Woodson are doing a presentation, you post comments, you post questions, you do stuff, you interact. So others see that there's interaction, there's other people in the game, there's things happening. So that's what you want to do. Now, how do you transition from a little post you made on Facebook to the business? Well, quite frankly, you'll do it the same way that you would in person. All right. So what are you up to these days? And they tell you, well, I'm just catching up on stuff, or I'm, taking my kids to driving them around town. I mean, they're teenagers now. It's crazy. And so you have that small talk, and eventually it'll come back to you. And when it comes back to you, when they ask you, so what about you? You say, oh, and then that's where you come in with your tagline. All right. So in my case, if I want to promote the weight loss side, well, I'll just say, oh, I'm actually on the launch team for a new program for weight loss. And we're just helping men lose, 15, 30 pounds fairly quickly with no exercise. And so that's what I'm working on these days. And I just stop. Why stop? Because that silence is uncomfortable and someone has to break it. And you don't want you to be breaking it, where you're the one trying to talk more. You just stop and you wait. And you just say like in a very casual way, right? And you just stop. And what's going to happen is people are going to automatically feel the need to ask you more about that. Oh, really? What are you up to? What's that program about? How's that working? Now, your goal at this point is not to regurgitate on them. Okay? You don't want to, tell everything you know about the program. Your goal was to just create that curiosity and then invite them over to review information. Well, you've got your affiliate link. That's what you invite them over. All right. So in this point, I would say, well, yes, it is working. Actually, it's a great program. Everybody we put on it, they're losing weight. Do you happen to know anyone who's actually in the market looking for something to lose weight? Well, yeah, me. Oh, really? How much do you need to lose? So you see, what I'm doing is just like Tim has been teaching you guys, is great, qualify and invite. So right now I'm in the qualify step. I'm not presenting, okay? Even though they're asking me, how's it working? Then I'm basically asking them more questions like, really? So you've been trying to lose weight. What have you tried before? Have you tried something? So I'm trying to qualify them to understand what's going on in their life. What have they tried? What's happened? Why do they want to lose weight? And then once I have enough information, I'm really interested in what they're saying, then I'll invite them over. And I'll say, oh, well, here's what I'll do. Let me send you a link. Let me get your phone here. And so I take my phone and I send them a text message with the link to the video. And I said, just check it out and let's talk again. I mean, give me your feedback and if you've got questions. So when do you plan to review this? They said, well, I'll check it out tonight. Perfect. Let's talk tomorrow. I'll answer your questions and, we'll see if I can help you. Pretty simple. Very simple. Do you feel like you're pitching them? Do you feel like you're twisting an arm? Not at all. You're creating the exact opposite. You're attracting them. They're the ones asking. And you're not like on them trying to, oh, this is the best thing ever. You're going to go crazy, man. You're going to lose so much weight. And there's supplements. And you got to look at the hormones, modulate. It's crazy. And the water, man. You got to drink your water. Don't forget about that. Like, you don't want to go there. Okay? You keep it simple. Don't be a presenter. You have tools that do a better job than you. So that's what you do. So if I'm online, if I'm on a text message, that's what I'll do too. All right. So if I'm texting someone and say, hey, we should catch up sometime. Yeah. What are you up to? Well, I'm working on this and that. And I would do the exact same thing. But here's what I found. After 4 interactions in a Facebook message, and I'm not talking about you connect them once and then tomorrow you connect them again. No, it's about you send them a message, they reply back. You send them a message, they reply back. You send them, and so you do that 4 times. That's typically when you can actually ask for a phone number, right, to get on the phone and talk. To me, that's what I figured out. It's around 4 exchanges. All right, so it'll be, hey, thanks for the Facebook message, or thanks for the comment on my post. Oh, you're welcome. What are you up to? Oh, I'm working on some great project, weight loss and all that these days. I mean, I can just come up with my phrase. And so what about you? And they'll tell me, oh, I'm working all the time. Oh, really? So has anything changed since we spoke? I know last time we spoke, your kids were, in high school, and how's that going? And they'll reply back. And then you ask them another question based on what they just said, and they reply back. And then you say, hey, you know what? We should catch up sometime. I don't have I'm not sure if I have your phone number. What's your phone number? Here's mine. Boom, you get the phone number. And then you get on the phone. That's it. You didn't have to go into presenting. You didn't even have to share your link at that point. All you had to do was to engage that conversation. Then you get on the phone. So again, 4 interactions. That's where something click after 4. Like there's a message, there's a interaction going on. There's some kind of a relationship. And at that point, they feel bad if they don't want to give you their phone number. And that's what I figured out. And so what I do is I just ask them, so, hey, we should catch up. Here's my number. What's yours? Because I just shared my number, they're okay sharing theirs. So quite frankly, guys, I mean, I've done that. It's been working extremely well. I've got several people I spoke with. I sponsored people up of Facebook messages like this. Actually, one of my biggest leader came out of a Facebook post that she made on her wall. I made a comment. Then I got on private message and did a couple of interaction. Next thing we were on the phone. And next thing you know, she flew to the home office. She came in, she signed up over like 67 people in 2 weeks. I mean, things happen. And so you can make it work just by Facebook messages like this. Yes, 2 weeks ago, again, same thing. I'm on Facebook messaging some people, and one guy out of London, he's, we're chatting, and finally we get on Skype call, and he just signed up like this weekend, like I think Friday or Thursday. He signed up in the business. He just joined, but his packs, he's on 3X now. He's getting started on the weight loss, and he wants to promote the business. So again, how did it happen? Facebook message. That's it. So follow the formula. It's not complicated. It's super simple. Keep it simple. But again, keep in mind, what you want to do is you want to move them from the social public profile to your private message to a phone call or an appointment. And you do that enough time, you'll get your results. I personally sponsored several people that way, so you can do that. Any thing on that you want to?
I think you should start all over. No, just kidding. No, the big thing, you already hit it. The big thing is we're looking to make a connection on Facebook. That's what we want to do, not a sale necessarily, right? So I gave examples of it yesterday. You don't. So here's the problem. You post something about the company and you like put a big Jove thing on your site or something like this. Like someone had put like that. A gal had put the and it's in the training from last night. So go back and watch the last 20 minutes. But just to give an example, she posted, on Facebook, the picture of the Jove comparison, right? It says, absorbs in 30 seconds, something like that, right? Something like the skin, absorbs products in 30 seconds. So someone that's looking at that would be like, they might be interested, but most likely you don't know. because what are they going to do? They're going to see the name of the product. They're going to go Google it. All it takes is some Yahoo to say something bad about it or whatever, or they go and sign up with someone completely different. And by the way, you never knew if they were interested. You never knew they were interested. They were interested. They went and looked, but you don't know that because you just put out blah, right? And so you put out a post with a picture with whatever, and it didn't create their curiosity. It created curiosity, but you lost the lead. So, the big thing is to make your connection. So when I told you to get your Facebook profile picture and make it your face bigger, smiling, did you do that? Get rid of the family members out of your profile picture. Make your family picture or some kind of event your cover photo, right? Did you do that? I know one person, Margaret Whitten, did she put a nice picture of herself, got 70 something likes. Now, a lot of the people might be in RX, but I bet there's plenty of people that aren't. Each connection. Hey, thanks so much for liking my photo the other day. I'm coming around on Facebook. How are you doing? Like that, right? I asked them a question, right? Private message that, right? If they're not your friend, add them as a friend, but don't add 50 people that aren't friends. Add a friend and say, hey, I don't really know you much. Boom. But hey, thanks for liking my picture. What do you do? What do you do? Right? Whatever, right? Okay. So you're creating the connections.
Super simple. Super simple. Everybody can do that.
So this next few weeks, we're going to really focus on Facebook. We've got some different videos and things. We've got scripts and things that you can use to actually make your Facebook posts. Because a lot of you have some great testimonials. And if you word it correctly, I'm telling you, what was the guy, Jason Blair? How many leads did he get?
Wow, I don't know. It was
no, he got over
at least 30 something.
I think he got 57 leads. Yep. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, because at some point he was at 30, I think 39.
All he did is made his story like you told him to do. Yeah. He did it.
That's right.
And he had all these private messengers, and I think he signed up some people from the 3X program. They actually bought the program. So right there, putting some words on Facebook, he made, I think, at least $150 in affiliate commissions, and then the people are buying the products. And I think he even got somebody to be a rep. All because he wrote a little story about himself on Facebook, but he did it the right way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true duplication. Can you imagine? Yeah, you're doing that, but then your team start to do that.
That's why we're doing it.
I mean,
that's why we're doing it.
Two.
So when we give a marketing Monday, we're not here talking because we like to talk. I like to look at Stefan. He likes to look at me, and we're not doing it for ourselves. We're doing it because we have people that are getting results when they follow what we're saying. All right. So that's what we want you guys to do. We want you to have the success online and offline. Then you can start to say, man, I've got an online and offline. I've got a total marketing business. Anybody that just runs their business online only is really missing the boat, right? Because there's so many people as we walk around. I was putting the statistics out last night. 13% of people around the world are satisfied with where they work. 80 people are working. Forbes was saying people are going to be working into their 80s. What the heck are you going to do in your 80s, right? Really? You got to work? Most Americans are unsatisfied with where they're working. Do you think you might have some prospects? Yeah, of course you do. But if you have to form your conversations offline and online, right? You can do the same thing in other social medias. But what we want to do is get your Facebook squared away, because Facebook is the biggest technology company in the world. They're not going away. It's not going away. It's not happening. It's staying. And it's going to get bigger and bigger. So you want to have a good presence on there. And just slowly, each day, boom, 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 you tick away and you get better at it. So we will get you the protocol. Stefan you have a video on that, right? Can we get that, or do you think, or we have the videos, right? Yeah. And then you also have the scripting. I think I even have it. On.
I have videos.
So I'll post it in our Facebook group, how to make that scripting, how to on your Facebook post, how to do it. And you know what? you may not want to launch into that right now. Maybe on Wednesday you do that. So we're going to start giving you like little tips. Like when we say you add value to your Facebook, like the jab, right hook, right? Like this book. Gary Vee, right? He wrote the book, Jab, Jab, Right Hook. He says too many people are trying to lay right hooks, haymakers, swinging for the fences all the time on Facebook, and they just get drowned. No one listens to them. Or not just Facebook, all social media. So what he's saying is jab, jab, you give them some value, give them some value. So how do you give value about, I don't know, 3X? You could say, wow, I didn't know cooking. Man, used to cook everything with, I don't know, olive oil. I used to cook olive oil. Turns out not the right thing to do. Wow. Something like that. Are you cooking with olive oil? I used to. Never again. Right? Like, or something like that, you know? If you're doing Joe Vang, you could even ask, you could say, hey, if you're using an organic skincare, make sure there are no perfumes, right? I don't know. Maybe that's your deal. Maybe you don't even know what a perfume is, right? Mm-hmm. You know, whatever. Look for this big word in your skincare. If it's in there, try to find another one. That's value. I didn't say use mine, right? Value. I give you another one the next day. Boom. I don't just do that. And that's not my only post. I'll also show something at the gym, right? Pictures of your slide. So family, lifestyle, what you're doing. And this is where you can really, if you have no story, okay, I want you to start to think, if you have no story, like, I don't know, I can't start talking about nutrition. I'm like 50 pounds overweight. No one's going to listen to me. No. If you have that attitude, right. However, you could start your transformation and you could document it. You could be like, day one, you know, out, like you could show like all the foods you just threw away. Say, this is going, boom, never again. Hashtag never again, right? You know, like, and then the next day you've got like I put like a picture of a green drink, you know, like you just drank. You're like, gulp, you know, I guess I'll start to like this. You know what I mean? So something like that. But see, I'm starting to paint the picture of myself. I'm transforming. Maybe a couple days later, hey, if you just do this, you could, if you drink like you breathe 3 liters of water a day. Like, in other words, you expel 3 liters of water a day. That's why you got to drink at least 4. 8 cups isn't enough, right? Something like that. I'm giving value. And then the next week, boom, down 5 pounds. Wow, this is working, right? And then a couple days later, hey.
Business post per day.
Yeah, so hey, you know, like, it's not just whatever. You could say, hey, I've been getting some really good results. Things have been easier than I thought. If you would like to lose the weight, private message me. This may just knock your socks off, something like that. But private message me, and I can tell you what I'm doing.
Yeah.
See, nowhere in there did I put my link for 3X. Then I get into the conversation thing that Stefan's doing. You do that on a weekly basis, on a daily basis. You start doing those things, you're going to rock. People are going to start listening to you. People are going to go, what are you doing, right?
Yeah.
All right, Stefan, I think that's good for today, everyone. Look for these documents. Look for this stuff. Not sure.
So how many business posts per day or per week? Well, we recommend, if you're going to promote the business or the products, what you want to do is, if you're posting about 2 times a day on Facebook, 1 or 2 times a week on business is okay. But just be careful how you post about the business. Follow what Steve just talked about. All right. So if you do it that way, you will get great results.
Even if you are stuck in traffic and you grab your phone and you're like, right? Freaking traffic jam, right? And you're like, hey, you can just say, man, I can't believe I've been doing this for 10 years. It's soon coming to an end. Boom. That's it. Right? I didn't say nothing about my business. Nothing. You just got to be a little creative. What are you thinking? And when what you're thinking, you post stuff like that, it starts to become, wow, what is this guy doing? Right? What are you working on? You know, and you could come up with But when you start to get too much salesy, then you're dead. Right? As soon as you start saying, you start getting a little arrogant about it. Oh, like I could do that one and be like, well, I don't have to do this anymore. You know what I mean? Like no one cares about that. Like, oh yeah, good for you, you jerk. You know what I mean? But if I said, bam, there's better choices, folks. I used to do this every day and wondered if I would ever stop. There is hope, folks. Keep moving, right? Something like that. Like you could write, I'm not even saying these are the greatest, but it gets you thinking, gets people moving towards you. So if you want to do more, I know you analyticals like, I want this, and this, how many days, whatever, start. Maybe you start posting 2 to 3 times a day. Maybe it's like out of your comfort zone. So you start posting once a day and then you do the 3 jabs. I just told you, jab, jab, right hook. Maybe you've been like, maybe no one has any, like you have no Facebook stuff going on. So like you're not there on Facebook. So you start jabbing maybe for 2 weeks, right? And then boom, you right hook, right? With a business post about, wow, 2 weeks, 10 pounds down. I've lost 1 inch around my waist. This is working. And I'm not dancing around in my gym. I'm dancing around in my yard. I'm not doing crazy. I'm not doing exercise in front of the TV or something like this, whatever.
Yeah.
So there you go, people. Folks, let's go, man. Time for
all right.
Time to rock it. So everyone, hey, appreciate you. And we will talk later. Thanks, Stefan.
Thank you, Steve.
All right, guys.
All right, see you.